So this happened. It's really flat, and we're, yeah.
Totally separating inside.
It's just been a little bit of a crazy day. Let's see, we got pulled over for going like 5 miles over the speed limit, and the guy was really nice, and he was really actually pretty understanding, so that's good. But also the Ange van didn't want to start when we were at the White Sands Monument, so we kind of were like, hey, start. We're hoping that it's something simple, but to be kind of going through the motions right now, and also be like kind of at the end of our budget as it is right now for until the show tomorrow. Yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking, but I just keep telling myself that the angels have a plan, and this is part of it, and these little tests as you go on your adventure is part of what helps you grow. But we are gonna get to the show on time. My mom's in Santa Fe. She's waiting for us. She's got an Airbnb. Oh my God, we're counting the blessings. We are just about to hit Santa Fe. I've been wanting to come to this city, this place, this town for so long, and I just feel really blessed and grateful that we're here. Hey guys, we made it to Duel Brew. This place is really cool. So it turns out that the owner of this place was one of the initial investors in Meow Wolf, which is kind of the talk of the town around here. It's like an interactive art museum. But here we are at the place that we're going to do the show tonight, Duel Brewery, and we're meeting some friends and figuring out where we're going to set up and getting ready for the show.
But first we have to drink.
But
beer.
first, okay.
First,
what are you going to try
we
next?
have to do this flight. Okay, the blonde.
I thought it was good for a blonde. I thought it had some nice sweet like wheat notes to it.
Yeah, I'm getting sort of like a lemongrassy. The perfect beer for a warm afternoon.
Like today.
Like today. And because it's a blonde, you can't go wrong. Not hoppy at all.
Not happy.
You got that little
Way
hoppy note at
sweeter.
the end, but it's super sweet, like almost like a double IPA. If you don't want a hoppy IPA, you want a maltier hoppy.
It is.
And
Malty's
it's
a great way to
smooth.
describe it.
It's really smooth. So they're probably using Belgian hops, which definitely give a beer a smoother, rounder.
They're a little more mild.
flavor. And if this is it called Fiction? Is that the one?
Fiction, yeah.
7.2 ABV.
Oh, don't drink too much of that.
Don't drink if you're driving.
My name's Aydra, this is Envy. We're from outer space originally. Like all of us, I guess. On the
you think they really do come from space? Ancestors.
No, but they look like it.
Yeah, they do. I want to see you move, but I don't want to touch them because then they'll jump right on my face.
Oh, we're in Santa Fe with mi madre at Maria's. And how did we find out about this place?
We asked somebody, where's a good place for lunch? And they said, oh, Maria's. They have amazing tequila drinks.
And hand-rolled tortillas.
And handmade tortillas.
What you talking about?
Aydra is having this amazing drink called Bloody Maria. And it's with mezcal, and it's spicy. And she says it's like with Sotal mezcal. And she says it's amazing.
It's like heaven on earth, and I'm very happy that Maria gave herself so selflessly to my drink. So here's one thing we can suggest to you when you're eating out on the road. Ask them what they have, vegetarian, and maybe if they can just do things on the side. When you do side orders, smaller orders, always a little bit cheaper, you don't get as full. So we ordered a couple eggs and a side of the green chili salsa, which is vegetarian. And that's what they're famous for here, is the green hatch chilies. So that's all I really need in my life, is some great chili salsa.
The green chili sauce, they should be marketing that. I'd buy a gallon of that stuff.
This is the stuff right here.
When you eat it, the food just gives you like a nice hug inside your stomach. It's like, I'm gonna comfort you and make you feel nice and wholesome. Feel so warm and cozy and warm and fuzzy inside. So nostalgic. Like I feel like I'm eating family food. This isn't restaurant food. This is family food. Esa comida es muy de la familia. No restaurante más populazo. Es para mi familia. Y recuerdos de mi abuelita.
¿En el medio?
Oh, sí, habla español.
Sí, un poquito.
Oh, qué bueno.
Necesito práctica mucho.
No, pero es perfecto. Y luego lleva baking powder. ¿Conocen
Manteca? Butter.
No,
It is?
mantequilla is better.
Mantequilla.
Mantequilla. So,
No, es como, es blanco.
White.
Blanco. Sí.
Margarine.
Sí,
Yeah.
margarine.
sí, sí.
Yeah, that
Sí,
makes
sí.
sense.
It's okay?
For you play.
All of this? All of this? ¿Está bien?
like this.
Oh, wow, it's so good. Okay, muchas gracias. Yes.
Gracias.
You're amazing.
Adiós.
We love
All right,
you.
guys, I love you.
Ciao. Adios. Bye, mama.
Choice accepted. Awareness of purpose granted. Consciousness achieved. Entity is now free to roam and create.
So, Santa Fe, New Mexico. This sort of quintessential Western American town. Now a destination to people from all over the world. But yet, there's still this sort of energy here, this feeling that people kind of may be feeling a little bitter about the current climate of America. Is it because their city's gotten a lot more expensive because of tourism? Is it because immigrants from Mexico have come here seeking a better life and found that they are just sort of also feeling trapped? They were looking for something a little bit more affordable, and it's still not that affordable. Some of the houses across the river now are going for $4 to $3 million for sale. So you still have a very competitive market where your average one-bedroom housing is $1,100 to $1,200 a month for your renters. As a town where I think it attracts a lot of artists and musicians, that's still not really that affordable.
Do you like living in Santa Fe, Marco? Meh?
Meh.
Would you rather live by the ocean? Is that what it is? Yeah. Santa Fe is a small community. We've had a lot of growth. We have a lot of affordable housing is an issue for us. But, you know, my family is here and I'm here, and this community, I think, has a lot of depth that's not really apparent when you're visiting, and you kind of get sucked deeper and deeper in. So I think I've been sucked in completely, and now I don't want to leave or move back to the city anymore. I like the smaller city lifestyle and having more time to spend with my family. But I definitely feel like the hotel industry kind of wants everything to look the way it looks, and that is a factor. We have had restrictions on water, and that affects construction. It affects construction density, and I'm not sure how realistic those restrictions actually are.
What's the kind of issues that you see Santa Fe facing in the future?
A lot of homelessness. We don't have anywhere for homeless men to go. The homeless men's shelter was closed earlier this year, and there's a lot of homelessness and really no services, especially for homeless men.
So what do you think the solution is?
I think the solution is more community. For, people aren't going to be homeless if they have a community around them.
Yeah.
And outreach is impeded by the fact that people who want to do outreach aren't really supplied with anything to give. So I feel like the people that want to do outreach and build actual lasting community with homeless people, those people exist and they're there, but the resources are not there to do the outreach.
It's good when outsiders come in and sort of have concepts to maybe make this town a little bit more integrated.
I think we definitely need more cool stuff to do, and I would never be against that. I think it's great to have people coming in.
Creates employment.
Creating employment, doing new art. I just would like to see the housing catch up with that so that the people being employed at those places have somewhere to live. I feel like it's easy to stay home and get whatever you think your needs are. You think they're being fulfilled by contact through technology, but it is not the same. So for me, I feel like technology has actually driven me away from technology and driven me to seek real world connection. And I think it's changed real world connection to where if I'm connecting with people, I can connect with them more deeply and more quickly, because we all realize we don't have a lot of time to connect. So we come together to support each other in certain ways, and then we go apart on our own individual missions. But I honestly, people talk about the end of the world, and I don't think that's really a thing, or I think the world is ending all the time or already has ended. But for me, I feel like I'm almost in a post end of the world scenario where there's been this massive transition and a lot of us haven't kind of caught up, or some of us are wandering around, and I think all of the zones of consciousness all exist in the same physical realm. So what we attract and the sort of scenes we find ourselves in, I think, have to do with who else is on that same wavelength.
The frequency.
The frequency. Yeah. I've been a musician since I was 5. I started on classical piano, and then I found out about punk rock as a teenager and started playing rock and roll. So I was a bass player in bands for a lot of years, and then decided to write my own songs, and started writing for Luminatrix in 2016, and went into the studio and recorded 3 albums since 2016, since I started writing. So right now we're putting together the live band. Actually, the live band is together. We're starting rehearsals and looking to book a European tour sometime within the next year or so while we're doing local gigs here in Santa Fe.